Hi Scorpio, this is Tara and welcome to your September 2015 Tarot Astrology Forecast. And again, I'm using the John Holland Psychic Tarot deck. I love the artwork and it has the major arcana, minor arcana, numerology, and chakra cards. So there's a lot of symbolism in these cards. You know, really that's what tarot cards are for, really, is to stimulate our intuition. So I'm going to pull a 4-card spread for you, and I just, that one, a couple of them wanted to come out, and the bottom one, and let's see what else feels right for you. Here's a 4th one. Okay, so like I said, this is a 4-card spread, and the first one of your 4-card spread, this is a mental card, and you know, I've said there's mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual minor arcana cards. Well, this is the 6th one of the mental cards. Moving on, and the mental cards are about our thoughts, our communications, our ideas, sometimes our fears and challenges. So, okay, and it's the number 6 too, and 6 has to do with the numerology. As you know, I'm a numerologist. Has to do with responsibility, family, home, that sort of thing. Loved ones. So as you can see, this person, and I want to say he, although this could be a he or she, is moving out of the darkness and into the light. So that's very cool. And there are leaves that are falling, and I'm looking what's getting my attention first, and actually it's the leaves up here as well as the top of the column. Okay, and so intuitively I'm going to look at that and see what that means. I can't help but my eyes keep going to above him, not in front of him, but above him. So he's turning out of the dark, moving into the light. So feeling like you guys, Scorpios, this is a great way to start your reading, actually. You have been through some, it feels like, wear and tear, and you are ready to start moving forward, moving into the light, moving, period. If some of you are moving residences, if you are moving your business, I feel like it's quite a bit about residence, because it is the number 6, and that has to do with family, home, again, community. And also it feels like when I say community, I got a couple of thoughts of meeting new people and being in a community of people that feel familiar. Maybe you haven't known them before, but they feel familiar to you. And also I'm seeing in someone's front yard something red. It almost looked like a you know, those red, that strip of red that has velvet on one side and it's shiny on the other side. I'm not really sure what that is. Let me think. Well, that's sort of a welcome to the neighborhood type of deal. So pretty awesome, my fellow Scorpion friends. I'm looking at the top of the column, and I want to see what intuitively, because that came up a minute ago. Okay, so that feels like structure. That feels like structure, like maybe, you know, I always say when people, this is more about a 4 numerology, but it feels like it's coming into play with this 6. You know, when people build a house, or there's some structure to it, I always say, of course, what would you do first? You'd pour the foundation, then the uprights, and then you put the top on last, the ceiling on last, right? You wouldn't put the ceiling on, the roof on, and then it would cave in. So there's some real structure to this, and it feels like you've had some structure, but you are moving on to more light. You're moving on to something that you have worked on doing this a long time. You have worked on getting to this place for a long time. This may not totally feel like you're moving up, like, let's say, different wealth classes, that sort of thing, but it feels like you're moving on, and it feels good. I know I use that word a lot, but I'm empathic, and, you know, I feel it. So that's very cool. The last thing I'm getting is his hand down here. Okay, so intuitively, You know, it's interesting because he has his thumb separated from the rest of his hand as he's moving forward. Okay, so it feels like to me that this is about, the thumb is pointing forward and the rest of the hand is down. So there's more to do, or more you have to do with this. And I'm getting the number 8. And in numerology, the number 8 has to do with infinity, abundance, manifestation, that. So maybe it feels like, you know, he has his 4 fingers clasped together and the other one out, like this is a good step in the right direction towards your feeling of manifesting more. And it could really feel like on the inside too. And there's a lot of, there's some yellow and cheeriness around this moving on. Okay, very cool, Scorpio. Okay, so the next card of your 4-card spread is a major arcana card. And this is sacrifice in traditional tarot. This is the Hanged Man. All right. So, as you can see, she has her arms back. So there is some sacrifice, but look what she's pointing her arms towards, the rainbow. So while you're giving up some things, and it might have to do with this move, while you're giving up some things, you're gaining more. You're letting go to gain more. That's great too. And when I look at this intuitively, of course the yellow and the rainbow keeps catching my eye, and maybe it's a minute ago because I mentioned yellow, because I feel like there's some joy, but also interestingly enough, her underarm is getting my attention. Her underarm. Okay, so I'm going to intuitively look at this and see what this means for you. Well, you know, she's bearing it all. She's sort of just saying, you know, and in fact, I'm almost feeling like, and some of you ladies, this may be more of a metaphor, but I'm seeing some of you just sort of step out of, I'm seeing like a dress or a skirt just sort of slide down and just sort of feel like, you know, this is who I am. Just sort of bearing your soul so that you can gain momentum is what I'm hearing, so that you can gain momentum. And the clouds in this are pretty interesting as well. Okay, so what does that mean? Well, there's some variety, because in these clouds, I'm looking at these and I'm seeing, wow, all kinds of interesting symbolic messages in these clouds. Actually, I'm seeing a heart. If you look right in through this area, there is a heart. Let's see what else. There is also what looks like to be a daisy, or not a daisy, but it's, you know what I'm talking about when I'm pointing at this, what looks like a flower right here. Okay, so there's some pretty cool symbolic messages in her elbow. While she has her arm up, her elbow is pointing towards both the heart and the daisy. And she's lifting herself out of sort of brown, muddy colored water. And I'm not feeling like this has been a bad situation, although a couple of you, I do feel like you've had to walk through the sludge to get to the good stuff. But I'm feeling like it's more of a, look where I am now. This is better than it was. This is actually where I should be. And she's happy about it. And she's sort of looking up to the right, like there's more to come. There's more to come. This will open up more doors, literally more doors and possibilities for you. Yeah, I think you're moving into some really good stuff here. The third card of this 4-card spread for Scorpio September 2015 is a heart chakra card. And okay, so the heart chakra, there's 7 main chakras. The heart chakra is about opening your heart space and the color green. And green is emotional, green is healing. There's also, you know, oftentimes I see the light color baby blue, and for me that means like Mother Mary nurturing and healing for you all. And so I feel like when, you know, you open up your heart space and you speak and you talk your talk and you walk your walk, just who you are, not putting on any airs. You guys, again, are so intuitive. So you're really not, you know, most of you, unless your sun sign or moon or rising is more air, but you guys are water. And so to really feel that, I feel like if you know that you're coming from your heart space, and to let your emotions flow from your heart. You know, sometimes when I teach, I'll say, well, imagine your eyes rolling down from your throat into your heart, and you see from your heart. You see things from your heart space. You see situations, relationships, people. It's a whole different perspective. It's a whole different ball game. So that is pretty cool. And the other thing I'm seeing in this card is the triangles in the middle of the mandala. And so this is a 4 card. Of course, the heart chakra is the 4th card, and that's about grounding. It also feels very symbolic for me, and I'm thinking about last month, and I believe you are the sign that I mentioned several centuries ago. It just came to me. I'm not sure, but if you are, this feels very symbolic to me. The 8 points feels very symbolic to me. So it's connecting with others. It's connecting with the future, with the past, with even other, I want to say, you know, if you believe in quantum physics, other parallel universes, that sort of thing. So this is really not only a heart-opening card, but it's opening a lot of different ways of, like I said, perspectives, ways of thinking for you. All right, Scorpio. Very cool. All right, and so I love this last one. And as I told you, I select these cards by how I feel, or if they jump out of the deck. So this was the last one to jump out of the deck. And this is a wonderful card. This is a major arcana card, and it's the truth card. And in traditional tarot, this is the judgment card. And as you can see, he is looking out into the sky. He is looking at the stars and the universe. So you could say with this, you know, everything that we're made of, the people are made of, you know, we're all connected. Here we go into quantum physics a little bit again. Okay, so that may be, the first part of the reading was moving on, and then we had a little bit of sacrifice. Now we're into quantum physics. Don't mean to be, but can't help it. I've studied it, and it's just coming up during this reading. So this is about cosmic awareness. This is about you really seeing the truth of the matter, your psychic intuition. This is about fulfillment because of connecting with all, connecting with everything. And I'm getting excited because it feels really nice for you. And when I look at this card, the first thing that comes to my visual is the purple part of the lower part of his garb. You could say that's sort of a loose jacket that he has on, that purple part right down here. Okay, well, I mean, purple does represent, in numerology, the number 7, and I know this is the number 20, but I'm feeling number 7 as far as purple psychic awareness, and it's part of his garb, so he's wearing it. He's wearing it well. So it feels like, and then I'm seeing a telescope, as if he's looked out to that sky many times, and he's seen like the cluster of Pleiades, and he's seen, you know, the North Star, and he's looked up at that sky so many times, and it's starting to sink in that we are all one. that the Big Bang, you know, rollout, that it feels like, wow, this is a pretty awesome time to be here on this earth. Don't you think? I do. I do for you guys. So, and the other thing I'm noticing is the top part, I'll have to point this out, the top part of what he's standing on. Okay, so what does that mean? Well, that has, that's in front of him. He's standing on the bottom part, and the top part is smaller, and it's in front of him. So he's looking out at the stars through this arched doorway, which really represents an opening. And he has this almost pedestal in front of him. And so it looks like there is knowledge still to be gained, but my, oh my, what a long way you've come. Really, what a long way you've come. And so I'm going to intuitively look at this and see how this applies to today's time. Well, you know, I feel like it does, but I'm seeing the years. It's interesting. This card is really making me move forward in time. I'm seeing the years like 2020, 2021. You know, it's really not that far ahead, is it? I mean, we're talking maybe 5.5 years. It's crazy. 2020. Okay, so for a lot of you, for some of you, and a lot of you, you're going to be seeing big changes as the years go on, as the decades go on. And I encourage any of you that are, no matter what age you are, but especially if you're younger, to really look into your, you know, to look into your soul, to feel yourself and how wonderful you are and what a wonderful time it is to be on this planet, because it really has to do with connecting the dots of the universe, with your soul, and so those sorts of things. The number 20 in numerology is interesting. It's the 2, which is about cooperation, peace, balance, harmony, and the 0 encompasses everything. It's about inner gifts and intuition. And the 2 together, when I see the 20, and when I see people that are born on the 20th of the month especially, and I can name a couple of celebrities that are, and you go, oh yeah, they are pretty good on the stage, more singers at that. It's a very charming number. It's a very almost want to act, but everything is right into here, and you're just, it's sweet, it's charming, it's seeing life for what it is, it's acting yourself. So I'm really feeling wonderful that this is your last card of the month. It feels like this is how you're going to end the month of September. Like, okay, I get it. This is the truth. It's starting to seep in. So that's pretty great. All right, Scorpio, I want to thank you for joining me this month. Please feel free to subscribe below. I really appreciate all of you that have subscribed, have liked, and shared my videos. And please leave any comments. Also, if you'd like a private reading, which is in much more detail, much more depth, you can go on my website, which is below, www.themagicalmatrix.com, and go through the website, and you can also see where to link on order a reading, that page, as well as I've put on my website a place where you can put your name and your email. And if you do that, if you subscribe on that, I will send you a video of opening up your psychic awareness. I'm making a short one about opening up your psychic awareness, a couple tips, because we all are intuitive. We learn this in different ways. Some of us are clairvoyant, some of us clairsentient, we feel, some of us we hear, and some of us, you know, we just know. So whatever you are, I look forward to hearing from you. Like I said again, schedule a reading with me. I would love to talk to you, and I hope you have a magical and wonderful September, Scorpio. Thanks for watching.